Welcome to DXB Today's weekly roundup, where we bring you highlights from the show this past week. To begin with, let's start with a dopamine hit. Maita visited an interactive museum made up of colorful installations designed to bring out your inner child. Take a look.
Today we're at Oasis Mall, where we're about to step inside Dubai's latest immersive experience, Dopamine Land. It's a multi-sensory world designed to spark joy, creativity, and even childlike wonder.
The concept originates, or has its main purpose, as you can see on the name, towards dopamine, which is the hormone of happiness. We wanted to go to the basics, the basics of joyfulness, of play, literally escaping the world right now that we live in, which is constantly stressful, rushed. So we really wanted to come and invite everyone to have an experience on a completely immersed location where they could get triggered by senses, by emotions, by touching, by feeling, and really come to this natural environment of complete pure play and pure joy. As soon as you enter, you're completely immersed in this new world full of joy and full of playfulness. We have 9 different rooms, each of which triggering different emotion. Ultimately, all of the rooms have their own special moments, but probably Euphoria Grove, where you can see yourself completely immersed in sort of like a forest scenery with just kind of like relaxation cushions. It's something completely unique to our setting here in Dopamine Land. And lastly as well, Cosmic Oasis. Don't want to spoil too much, but you will see yourself completely immersed kind of like in a new galaxy, in a completely new different world, where you'll enter and you will exit as if nothing ever before was the same. So we designed this whole concept with that in mind, to really go to the basics of playfulness and enjoyment. People can reconnect with their youth with our different rooms. Content creators, we have absolutely amazing visuals for them, to create absolutely and elevate their content and their images. And for sure, families with kids that want to spend special occasions. We have like an amazing birthday and party room that we can cater to their needs. So absolutely everyone is invited to come in and enjoy Dopamine Land.
Dopamine Land Dubai is a true reminder that sometimes joy can be found in the simplest moments: color, play, and even imagination. A space where families, creators, and anyone can reconnect with their inner child.
One of our co-hosts this week was Edward Kondrat, co-founder of Pixel Perfect. He joined us in studio to explain just how fast the gaming space is evolving right now. Have a listen.
I think it's hard to identify what exactly you're talking about when you mention the word gaming, because gaming today can mean entertainment, because gaming is there within the movies industry. There are movie titles that are based on game titles, there are game titles that are based on movie titles. It's a whole blend of different things popular within the entertainment industry, but at the same time gaming is into the education as well. As we mentioned earlier, there are games that are developed specifically to help tutors engage students within the high school classrooms and university classrooms as well. There are also games that are built by brands for marketing campaigns today. Whenever you'd see those QR stickers of particular brands on shelves, try out, play this game, hit the leaderboard, win a prize. Gaming is there in marketing. Gaming is there in sports as well. You have games around football, around hockey, and all the different esports game titles. So I think gaming is huge, but it's just because of how engaging it is, and everyone is into their devices, everyone is into technology, and gaming is just all about that, blending all the beautiful and popular titles from the entertainment sector and all the different sectors into the screen, into something fun and engaging.
Also joining us was the CEO of the Giving Movement, and true to their brand's ethos, Rania explained how they're opening up their space to other businesses.
At the beginning, I'll say that we all froze. It wasn't easy. You know, we had one strategy and we had one direction, and we had to sit down and say, okay, what are we going to do? And what we really saw happening is that a lot of the community started really engaging with us. And it wasn't, you know, a situation where we wanted to stop, for example, any of our marketing or any of our brand launches. So we decided, let's continue doing those, but let's make sure that we do it with our friends. So we did a couple of launches with Kareem. We did something, you know, with a local homegrown F&B concept. And that started coming, and then it, you know, it made me think. I said, what can we do today in order for, while things are quieter, because retail was quieter, online was still busy, what can we do today to really give a platform for the brands? And that's where we came up with an initiative called the Movement Edit. And it was really just because I love concept stores, okay? I don't like going into a store where it's just one brand. I can buy it online. I wanna go in, I wanna explore, I wanna be able to see what the curation, you know, how did they think about it? It was a plan that we had anyways before. But then when we started saying, let's do it now, everybody was like, yeah, but we obviously need to do it with homegrown brands. So that's how it went. And then so many people applied and my team was so excited. So now we're kind of redesigning a little bit our layout and city walk. And yeah, there's a lot more to say about this, but it's an exciting initiative.
I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Dina also visited a more soulful cultural space called Spanda, a fine arts academy and cultural hub dedicated to immersing visitors in the richness of Indian classical arts.
Today, I am stepping into Spanda, a creative sanctuary that brings together art, music, and dance. It's a space that celebrates Indian tradition while welcoming everyone to join in, whether you're a dancer, dreamer, or in my case, someone who's just excited to dive into another culture. Let's go.
It is so beautiful here, Pooja. So I know you're the founder, and I'm curious, what sparked the idea for Spanda?
So I've been a Dubai kid, out and out Dubai kid, and just like every other Indian family, my mum was into dancing. She wanted to train me, and we've been dancing for a long time. When I was 21, I went to Chennai, which is the cultural hub for Bharatanatyam, and when I learned, I kind of saw the organic, the authentic kind of dancing that wasn't accessible here. So when I came back, I kind of knew that that should be accessible to Dubai and the kids of Dubai. Why should you go to Chennai for that? Even though the children here are Indian by blood, they've all grown up here. Like, I identify with Dubai more than I do with India because I've grown up here. This is my country. India is like almost like a vacation spot. So that's how it is with the children and the people living in Dubai. We all love Dubai way too much. So it doesn't really make a difference whether you're an Indian by blood or whatever nationality you are, because you're catering to the same audience ultimately.
Okay, Pooja, we're surrounded by all these beautiful paintings now. This must be the art studio. Who comes and paints here?
Everyone, from children as young as 5 to adults to grandmothers of their children while they wait for classes. Everybody. The space is an open to all place. It's the heart of Spanda, where colors and drawings fill the space.
And can you come learn how to draw while you're here?
Yes, absolutely. From beginners to advanced level painters, everybody comes here.
I can feel the energy, by the way. It's really nice. So we've just come into someone's music class. They've so generously allowed us in. What's happening here, Pooja?
This is a music class, like we said earlier. It's not just children, it's older people, adults. You can start learning an art form at any age. And age is no barrier to when you want to learn something truly with your heart. The sound that you hear, it's called a shruti. So this is like the bass, which is going to guide you through how each note sounds.
Sa re ga ma.
And as we get ready to visit their dance studio, I'm getting into a traditional dance practice sari.
The bindi gives us an idea of the center. So we have a lot of eye movements. When it's slightly up or slightly down, the bindi kind of helps us figure out if you're on point.
So I'm ready to go. Pooja, this is one of your dance studios. What am I going to learn today?
You're going to first learn how to do the namaskaram. So that the tradition is that when we tap on the floor, we hurt the floor. So the culture is for us to say sorry before we start. It's what you begin dance with. It's got hands, it's got eye movements, it's got postures. So it kind of brings everything to a concise together form.
From dance steps to brush strokes, Spanda is where culture and creativity meet heart. As soon as you step in, you can really sense a community, and it is a beautiful example and reminder of how art connects us all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a lot more practicing to do. Bye. 2026 has been quite a challenge when it comes to online learning. Children's author and columnist Tamara Clark joined us in the studio to explain how parents can best navigate their children safely.
With children, I would say as early as possible.
Really?
Yes. Back in 2018, I read a report by Norton Symantec, and it was called the My First Device Report. And it showed that children in the UAE are amongst some of the youngest in the world to receive their first connected device, which was age 7. And that was a little shocking to me at that time. So I would say the earlier we start having these conversations, the better off our children will be.
Good advice.
So Tamara, what is the most common risks that young children are exposed to that the parents might overlook because they don't know if this is actually a good or bad thing?
I would say digital citizenship is probably the thing that parents need to watch out for. Online behavior can sometimes seem unreal. You know, we might behave differently online than we would if we were sitting face to face with someone. So the biggest danger is what we all know to be cyberbullying, I believe, just managing children online.
Our next guest is Adam Griffin, CEO and Medical Director at Hakini Clinic. His work focuses on neurodevelopment in children, adults, and families. Let's take a look.
Today, I'm at Hakini Clinic, a center dedicated towards empowering neurodiverse children through tailored therapy. I will be speaking to the experts to learn more about neurodiversity, inclusion, and having the conversation and spreading awareness about autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and so much more. Adam, the last 13 years that you've been practicing here in Dubai and in Ireland before that, I definitely want to know a little bit about your experience. But before that, what inspired you to move from physical health, because I understand you were a personal trainer in Ireland, to now mental health?
Well, it's a kind of personal story that one of my personal training clients had a son with cerebral palsy, and I got to know about what OT was. And one of the reasons, so I'm an occupational therapist, and what that means is I'm focused on the kind of very practical, real life daily experiences. Can this young person make a friend and listen to the teacher and kick a ball and wipe their bum and do their buttons, and these real things that make up life? And when I learned about how OTs help with these daily, really impactful things, it's like, this is something I would love to do. So then I looked at the rather long educational journey to get there, but it was what I was meant to be doing the whole time. So it was wonderful. I'm delighted to do it here now. I learn as much from the kids and families as I do, because it sounds like a cliche to say every child is unique, and they really are. And every parent, every mom is much more of an expert than I am at their child. I know the diagnostic and medical background information, but how that applies in this family's real life where it counts, in the classroom, in the community, this is what I need to learn about every family.
Now, understanding neurodiversity is so important, especially when you want to create a more inclusive community where they can also thrive. And what would you say are some of the things that the country we live in or some of the educational institutes here can do better?
It's just making these individuals part of a conversation. I have to say, the UAE, you could use as an example for other countries of seeing, okay, we can make improvements here. How do we do this? And then how do we make that happen in the real world? And they brought in individuals who are neurodiverse, whether parents, neurodiverse individuals themselves, even people with physical impairments and wheelchairs are accessing what we call children of determination, which is a lovely phrase. And the way it's applied here in the community is really admirable. And then thinking, okay, what is making life difficult for these individuals and these families? And then how can we ease that path just a little bit? It's not nerfing the world. It's not it's not a free pass, but it just makes their daily lived experience that little bit easier.
What would you say are some of the activities that you've designed for the children who will visit your center?
One of the things, so OT, where activities, this is our speciality, is play. So things that will develop skills and strength and academics and attention and all the things that will benefit this child in the classroom, but we do it in such a fun way. For example, we'll do a lot of exercise and physical gross motor skills and swings and climbing walls and exercise and sports equipment. But you're developing these skills and developing the strength, but you're doing it in such a fun, dynamic, interesting way. The kid doesn't know that they're working hard because in their perspective, they're just having fun.
So Adam, am I allowed in the activity room or not?
I think every parent actually should try it to really know, oh, this is why my child likes coming here so much, because this is so much fun.
So let's find out where all the fun happens, shall we? Hakini Center has proven that with the right support, every child can thrive. If you'd like to learn more about them, do check out their website and stay tuned to DXB Today for more inspiring stories.
One of the most influential film composers of the modern era, known for blending traditional orchestral music with electronic sounds, was in town a while ago. And of course, we managed to secure an exclusive with him.
I'm here at the Dubai Opera House just hours before the world premiere of Global Waltzing, featuring a stunning combination of Strauss and Hans Zimmer. And the man himself, the legend himself, is here. There's about to be a press conference, and then hopefully we'll be able to catch up with him. Hans, so happy to have you back in Dubai.
Thank you.
Meet again, and this time at the Opera House.
Absolutely, somewhere civilized.
Now, you've remained at the top of your craft for decades now. What is it that keeps you going? Is there ever a moment that you're like, there's a new challenge I need to tackle? What is that gets you off?
It's a new challenge. I just live by fear.
You do live by fear?
Of
I
course
thought
I
you
do.
don't live by fear.
Well, I live by fear of disappointing my friends. I mean, if you have worked in this business for a long time, who is left are your friends, you know, who managed to work in this business for a long time as well. Most importantly, you do not want to disappoint the audience. You do want them you want to give them something new.
Well, last time you were in Dubai, you called it a diamond in the desert. You were toying with a few projects. You composed the Dubai theme. Is there anything in the works that you can tell us?
I can tell you, yes. I mean, I'm working on a film about F1 right now, Formula One, which is not easy, but it's an experiment. It's finding things out. Afterwards, I always look at it and go, what took me so long? And then I try to remember, the sleepless nights and the panics.
And there it is, a quick catch up with the musical mastermind, Hans Zimmer. Now, we are backstage now. They're getting ready for their rehearsals, and it is time for us to clear the way. But hopefully everyone who's attended has a fantastic time, and we're looking forward to the show at the Dubai Opera House.
Nimi also met up with a celebrity in the world of fashion, a designer whose brand is rooted in sustainability, ethical fashion, and women's empowerment. This is Anita Dongre.
Nimi Mehta here, who is personally invested into the world of fashion. And so you can imagine I am incredibly excited to be interviewing Anita Dongre, legendary Indian fashion designer, to find out about her new store here in Dubai, but also the future of the legendary fashion house. Anita, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here, Nimi.
I'm so excited to speak to you today because I have so many questions. So do bear with me. First of all, congratulations on your brand new location here in Dubai. We know you're already here, located here, but you have a second branch now in Mardif. How great is that for Anita Dongre, for the fashion house, to just further expand into the Middle East?
We love being in the Middle East. I think our first location, we were greeted with such warmth and affection from all our customers in this area. So I'm happy to have the second store here, easier to shop for all our women customers.
There is a true, authentic process when it comes to Anita Dongre collection. Talk to me about how intentional you have been with that design process from conception all the way through to actually physically making the pieces. You are not shy in speaking about how important it is for you to actually build your resources within India and keep them within India. Talk to me about that.
So we work out of our sustainable design headquarters in Navi Mumbai. It's a beautiful space and a beautiful design center. But we work with artisans all over the country. And when I started the collection, it always begins with an inspiration for the collection. And then my mind always works on, I have these craft clusters all over the country. Now, how can I work with these crafts for my collection?
Can you give us a bit of an insight into what goes into building collections and how many collections you have in a year, what that actually looks like in terms of a timeline? Because I don't think regular people like me would actually understand what goes behind one collection.
So we do 2 large collections in a year, which is summer and winter. And the work, like I said, begins 1.5 years ago. It starts with, an inspiration, then you draw out your sketches, then you hand draw each and every, print or piece of embroidery. All our prints are first hand painted by a master craftsman, and those hand painted designs become into prints. And then a lot of other processes are hand painted, like I said, the hand painting, the embroidery.
At the beginning of the interview, you said, I've still got a long way to go.
I certainly do.
So I need to ask you, what does the future hold for you? What do you feel like you are yet to achieve? Anita Dongre Fashion House is just, globally renowned. But for you, in your future, what are you looking for?
There are so many more craft clusters that I want to work with. India is a huge country, and like I said, we have a rich legacy, and I've only just tapped, the surface. I'm working with just a few. A lot of them reach out to me and say, can we collaborate together? And so there's such a long way to go for me. I'd like to every year keep adding a few more regions that I work with, and a few more people that I collaborate with and provide employment with and impact lives. So a long way to go, that's why I say that.
Amazing. Well, I'm yet to buy my own Anita Dongre piece, but I cannot wait. So it's been an absolute pleasure sitting with you. I think we have so much more that we're going to talk about once the camera's gone. But I want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again on your new branch here in the Middle East.
Thank you so much.
And we look forward to seeing more of you here.
Whether you're a first-timer or a regular, Dubai always has something new to discover. And we'll have more discoveries for you next week, so be sure to tune in. I'm Niki Samnani, and that was your DXB Today Weekly Roundup. See you next week.